in the world, baby.
All right, here he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion, the last style better, Israel Adesanya, with the entire world watching. You turned in a near-perfect performance here tonight. It seems like everything you said during fight week bared fruit here tonight. Congratulations.
I've been telling you guys, man, but everyone thinks, hey, like Roy Jones said, I said, y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot because of what happened last time. You thought, oh, he's so boring, blah, 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 blah. And I see you media people as well with your little clickbait headlines, but trust me, I had to make y'all remember, and I had to remind the world why we the best.
You haven't had a lot of time off. You are 20-0 as a mixed martial arts athlete, a perfect 9-0 in the UFC. As you spin this thing forward, get in here, Gito.
Oh my God, I don't care. I just want him here. I just want him here. Yeah, carry on.
As you spin this thing forward and you look ahead in this middleweight division that you are starting to clean out, your thoughts on what lies ahead?
I told you guys, Anderson Silva lived a great legacy, and I said I wanted to do service to the middleweight division, and that's a hard act to follow, but we're doing the work, right, Huge? 100%. So I already DM'd Jared Cannonier. He's a hell of a dude. I love his energy. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. And I said, you destroy Robert Whittaker and you're next. He's the one I want to fight next. Right, Huge? He deserves it.
Honestly, I watched this fight live. I thought the guy that introduced the fighters did a great job with the way he emphasized on what they've achieved and their names. Got a little disappointed, not from Adesanya, he was fantastic, but from Paulo Costa. And he didn't give me the kind of fight I was expecting after all those introductions. Trust me, I guess if I were in that man position, I'll be angry. After I don't use almost 10 minutes to introduce you now, this is the fight you gave to me. That's why when you have the Niger blood, you have everything going for you. Israel Adesanya is still the heavyweight, middleweight champion of the world, undisputed, like you heard. Cameroon's man, his brother supported him all the way, and of course Anthony Joshua and the entire nation, that talking about the green, white, green nation, those in Nigeria and those outside the country, within the continent and outside the continent, supported Adesanya, and he drew inspiration from that and defeated his opponent over the weekend. So congratulations to Israel Adesanya. In Formula One, someone is accusing them that seriously they don't just want to give it to me after he won but penalized and came third at the end of the day. But the good news is he made the podium, and the victory still went to Mercedes because Valtteri Bottas won the Russian Grand Prix over the weekend. And in tennis, we told you that Andy Murray and Stav Wawrinka will be playing against each other. It has happened, and we'll be letting the cat out the bag later on the show. Plus, it will be the 1st of October. The final will begin as far as the NBA is concerned, where Miami Heat will be locking arms with the Lakers. Miami Heat finally won their series, the Eastern Conference Playoffs final against the Boston Celtics. 125 to 113 ended early hours of this morning. So they play against the Lakers in the NBA's final properly. And of course, we have all the stories for you fast football is concerned, but that will be later on the show where we'll go to our sponsor segment. We'll talk about all that happened in the English Premier League, the French League, the German Bundesliga, as Bayern Munich finally lost a game since 2019 December. Good morning and welcome to Sport Fiesta, reaching live on 2.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. I'm the sports Berlusconi Sanofi Francis, the Ibracadabra Sports Alihu Ibrahim, and it goes Ibika and the Sports Smash Show. They are here with me on the show. There's no better place for us to start than starting with Israel Adesanya. The Niger blood is definitely a greater one.
Yeah, but let's start with the ring announcer, Bruce Buffer. Yeah, he is the younger brother of Michael Buffer, so it's like announcing and being hype man runs in the family. Bruce Buffer, Michael Buffer is the older one. He is famous for doing ring announcing in professional boxing especially, but he also does for professional wrestling, and his catchphrase, of course, it's let's get ready to rumble. So that Michael Buffer is the elder brother of Bruce Buffer. So Bruce Buffer specializes in doing ring announcing for the MMA, especially UFC, and his own catchphrase mainly is "It's time." And look, the way he hypes you, it makes you get in the mood to want to fight and take off the head of your opponent. And I could see Costa was really fired up after he made his announcement, after Bruce Buffer introduced him. And he even fist bumped with Bruce Buffer. But when the bell sounded, Israel Adesanya was really focused. He usually, whenever Israel is, whenever he comes to the ring, he usually comes out with, you know, an elaborate ring walk, dance and everything. Because Israel, during his teenage, was more of a dancer. He did so much dancing, and he did a bit of fashion, and also was very interested in anime, these animated movies and everything. So he's an expert on all of these stuff. But it's really when he now switched to mixed martial arts that he found his true calling. So he did not come into the ring with any of those choreographed dancing moves and everything. Well, maybe because there were no fans there. He just came focused. He came out with a song from Nigeria playing in the background. And when he came out, it was just awesome. He was focused. He picked apart Paulo Costa. At a point in round one, you could see Paulo Costa clowning. He just knew that, look, this guy has got me figured, so I've got to do something outrageous to throw him off his game. But Israel, the way he did when he fought against Yael Romero, who is also from Brazil, was to target the lead leg of Costa. And you could hear the commentator saying that leg is trash. I mean, he completely obliterated the leg, and there was nothing Costa could do. When you do not have the legs to stand on, you can't even throw your fist. And everybody expected that Paulo Costa, who is known for his explosive finishing, his explosive strikes and everything, will take the fight to Israel Adesanya. And they were surprised that he didn't do that. But that was because of the strategy that Israel adopted. He just took away his legs, and there was absolutely nothing he could do. And Israel, yes, he plays, he catches fun, but look, that guy is one of the deadliest strikers out there. He can get you with his fist. They say he doesn't have power because he's skinny. Well, we can see that he's got ferocious power in both of his fists. But what impressed me yesterday, I've seen that from him, but I saw it at close quarters yesterday. The striking with his legs is something else. I could see him flinging those legs, the left and the right, and if anyone had caught Paulo Costa, it could have been all over much earlier. But it was because in the second round he caught him with his knee. I mean, he threw his leg so high into the air that his knee hit Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is 6'1", but Israel Adesanya caught him with his knee while he was standing upright, not on the ground. Normally you jump and you bend the head of your opponent before you hit him with your knee. But Israel threw his leg so high in the air that his knee hit Paulo Costa on the head. You hit somebody with your knee on his head, and that person is 6'1". Yeah, Israel himself is pretty tall, he's 6'4", but it was impressive that he was able to catch Paulo Costa with the knee on the air, and you could see immediately he drew blood from Paulo Costa, and that was the beginning of the end for the Brazilian. But as I said, even in the first round, they had already taken away his leg, and after that, he caught him with a vicious left hook. And Israel, because he's got a kickboxing background, he's an expert in jiu-jitsu. He's done so many of the martial arts, so he is really dangerous. And when he caught Paulo Costa with that knee on the head, you just knew it was all over. And then he took him out, pounded him on the ground, and the referee had no choice but to call for a stop at 3 minutes 59 seconds in round 2. Look, it was so easy. I've always felt that Israel was going to win, but let's not forget that Paulo Costa was coming into that fight with a perfect record, 13 victories. He's not been beaten. All the 13 professional fights he's had in his MMA career, he's won all of them. Israel has had 19 wins. So, of course, Israel is the more experienced fighter. But I expected much more from Paulo Costa. But I think we should give credit to Israel Adesanya, he was out to prove a point because people felt his last fight was boring against Samuel Romero. He basically just avoided him and did what he had to do. It was a unanimous points decision, but even Romero was saying that Israel ran away and everything. Paulo Costa dominated Romero when he fought against him. So people were saying, oh, because he could do that to Romero, then he will have it easy against Israel Adesanya. But we saw what he did. The guy that said he was not going to shake the hands of Israel Adesanya, but seeing the way Israel completely dominated him, he was forced to acknowledge the superiority of Adesanya, and he shook hands with him, and he deserves all the congratulations that he's getting. The special advisor to the president on diaspora affairs, BK Dabiri Erewa, has already congratulated him, as well as the honorable minister of sports, Sunday Dare, has also congratulated Israel. And there was another Nigerian, Hakeem Daoud, who also fought yesterday. He won, so they congratulated both of them. So, but I think Israel is the undisputed star of the middleweight. You've got to even say maybe the biggest star in the UFC right now.
Well, congratulations to him for what he was able to do yesterday, beating Paulo Costa and taking him out in round 2. And I think if you look at his last 9 fights, I think only 3 players have, as a players, 3 fighters have been able to make it to round 5. The rest all are in round 2, round 1, and round 3. So that tells you how good Israel Adesanya is. And when you are able to make it to round 5 with him, that means you are a really strong fighter. So for me, he has also proved a point again. And like I said on Saturday, I said once will have to go, and that was it was out of Paulo Costa. So for me, this guy is making us proud, doing what he knows how to do best, and he's coming out tops in all his fights. So for me, I think it's the man of the moment when it comes to UFC, and it should be the face of UFC right now when it comes to middleweight. He's a champion, and he did that on Saturday in grand style.
Fantastic. Israel Adesanya undisputed as far as the middleweight is concerned in the UFC. Congratulations to us.
That wasn't the only fight. Let's take the results of the other matches. In the light heavyweight, Danilo Marquez took on Kadis Ibragimov, and it was Marquez that won. It was a unanimous points decision. Juan Espino Deba defeated Jeff Hughes by submission. This was in the heavyweight. Another light heavyweight fight, William Knight defeated Alexander Kamor, unanimous decision. And in the catch weight, we had Ludovic Klein beating Shane Young. This was a knockout. Then in the welterweight, Jake Matthews beat Diego Sanchez, unanimous decision. In the lightweight, Brad Riddle defeated Alex De Silva Coelho, unanimous decision. While in the catchweight, a Nigerian, well, his father is Jamaican, his mother is Nigerian. He was born in Canada, so he is also a Canadian. So this guy is a Canadian, he is a Jamaican, and he is a Nigerian. So he was told that he could only bring one flag to the ring. And guess which flag he brought to the ring? The green, white, green. Hakeem Daoud. He fought in the cartridge division, and he was able to beat Zubaira Tugukov via a split decision. And after the fight, the Minister of Youth and Sports congratulated him for his victory. And I'm just so in love with these guys who are celebrating Nigeria and doing so well. His mother is Nigerian, his father is Jamaican, but he chose to represent Nigeria. Caitlin Vieira beat Sijera Eubanks, unanimous decision in the women's bantamweight. While in the flyweight, Brandon Royval beat Kai Kara France via submission with the guillotine. And then in the light heavyweight, Jan Blachowicz beat Dominic Reyes. He punched him. This was a technical knockout. And afterwards, he called out because they were fighting for the vacant light heavyweight title. It was vacated by John Jones Jr. And Jones has moved to the heavyweight. And after the fight, Blachowicz was calling out Roy Jones, and he said he shouldn't try, he should come back and fight for the title. And I was just laughing because we know that Jones absolutely dominated the light heavyweight division, and so he has now moved on to the heavyweight. I don't know whether he will want to come back to light heavyweight to take on Blachowicz. Then, of course, the main event of the night, Israel Adesanya beating Paulo Costa, technical knockout in the second round.
Okay, from Combat Sport now, let's go to Formula One. Talk about another fantastic lad who's doing a great job as far as Formula One is concerned. His name is Lewis Hamilton. He's the number one as far as Formula One is concerned. He's on course to winning his 7th championship. Yes, he finished first yesterday, got penalized.
No, he didn't finish first.
Sorry?
He got penalized with 10 points.
Yeah, 10
he
points.
was leading, but when they told him that he had to serve that 10-second...
he would have finished first.
No, maybe he would not have finished.
Nothing would have stopped Lewis Hamilton from winning the Grand Prix yesterday.
The margin, it was by about 20-something seconds that Valtteri Bottas won. So even if you gave Lewis Hamilton that 10 seconds, maybe he would not have been able to cut. But of course, it's completely destabilized him when he was told, because he actually asked his engineer if it was the right thing to do. But you've got to wonder, why didn't Lewis Hamilton know the rules before the race? And why did the engineer, when he now asked the engineer, Bonington, can I actually rejoin the race at this point? And the engineer told him yes. And when after the whole thing, he was now told that he had violated the rules on 2 separate occasions. So he was given 5-second penalty on each of those occasions. And by the time he had to pit, he rejoined the race in the 10th position. But he was able to still fight his way back and made the podium. So it's something that you've got to wonder what is happening with Mercedes and the communication, because this is not the first time that it is happening to Lewis Hamilton. But I think he was able to salvage something, finish third, and so got 15 points. But the thing now is that his lead at the top has been cut by Valtteri Bottas to 44 points, but I think he's still in a very, very good position. And with the violations of yesterday, he now has 10 points on his license. And if he violates again and gets 2 more points, then he would automatically miss 1 race. So he's going to miss an entire race if he runs foul of the rules again. So he has to be very, very careful to ensure that he doesn't pick any more infringements in the next race. And by mid-November, some of the points will be taken off his license. So that's the situation with Lewis Hamilton. I thought he did well, but the rules, I don't know why he wasn't aware of the rules. And when he was now not very sure, asked his engineer, they shouldn't have been able to tell him the right thing to do, but he thought he was not violating anything because he asked for clarification and he was told it's okay for him to do that. He did, and eventually got that 10-second penalty, which meant that he finished third in the race.
So the 91st win he's still waiting for. Hopefully the next race will be it for him. Okay, let's move on. Let's go.
Right now Lewis Hamilton is on 205 points. Valtteri Bottas on 161. Third is Max Verstappen. By the way, Max Verstappen was second yesterday, then Lewis Hamilton third. So third now on the points is Max Verstappen, 128 points. Lando Norris is fourth, 65 points. Then fifth is Alexander Albon on 64 points. So it's still comfortable for Lewis Hamilton, but he's got to be careful in the next couple of races to ensure that he doesn't violate the rules anymore.
Okay, to still in Europe, let's go to France and take a look at the French Open that started yesterday. We told you over the weekend that Andy Murray's first game will be against Wawrinka, and we have games there already.
Yeah, the match between the two of them was a really tight one. Not a tight one because of the way Andy Murray was beaten. They have both won the Grand Slam on 3 occasions, but it was a straight set victory for the Swiss. 6-1, 6-3, 6-2, and I was expecting a tough fight from Andy Murray. But then I think since he did his operation, his hip operation. It hasn't been easy for him. I think this is his first Grand Slam that he has been playing. But then ATPs, he has been able to build his fitness, his confidence. But going to this game, I was expecting him to, to fight, even if he, gets to be beaten. But the way he went out, it was, a devastating one for him. And I just hope that, he continues to, build his confidence, in case when it comes to another Grand Slam, because the way things are now, Murray could just decide to, leave the scene because of the fact that he won't be able to compete with the best guys, the big boys. But if he's able to do that and he continues, he could see a positive result. But I just hope that things will work for him, because it's not really easy having that kind of operation and coming back to be competing in Grand Slams against guys that are really, really that are tough and better than him. But for Wawrinka is also an injury-prone player, but he was in a better mood than Murray. So that was how the results came. So for me, congratulations to Stanislav Wawrinka. Straight sets he won that game. Then there were
hold on, we'll take other games. Let's really go for this break. We'll be right back.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 Naira monthly by paying in installments of up to 12 months.
Really?
Vertical Solar range of products can power household devices such as televisions, fridges, air conditioners, microwave, water pumps, electric iron, washing machine, and lots more. With extensive pay in installments plans up to 12 months with 10 years warranty.
Wow! What are the benefits of solar energy?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, zero noise and smoke emission, and reduced generator maintenance cost.
Where is Vertical Solar located?
Number 28, Country Home Motel Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City. You can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 Naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Plenty there to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go home 1 million Naira every day for 90 days. 2 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one with sweet pass, now the 10 million Naira grand prize. If you not be 9 Mobile customer, move, come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go summer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 Naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 Naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020 and is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile. My people, for this period where we know say e no easy, but you got hustle. We just want make you know say if morning fit show after night, e sure say one day our hustle go pure. This life na general market for whatever my people. Na the Naija way. Sun no dey stop breeze, rain no dey disturb water, nothing fit owe you. If things hook, you say hook follow hand till you unhook am. Na things go tire last, no be you. For this hustle matter, we dey am together, make we remain calm. Stand gidigba, but no forget to stay safe. This message na Fan Milk, owners of Fan Vanille and Super Yugo bring am to you. Happy Independence Day, my people.
Thank you so much for staying with us on the show this lovely Monday morning. This Sport Fiesta Rich Live at 2.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. I'm the sports specialist and offer Francis, the Ibrahim Sports Alihu, Ibrahim, and we kind of sports maestro are here on the show this lovely Monday morning. Okay, we were looking at tennis in the third Grand Slam of the year. Kind of very weird talking about the Roland Garros this particular time of the year, but that's what it is. Andy Murray beaten by Stav Wawrinka in this
he was soundly beaten, and Andy Murray himself is bitterly disappointed at that result because he only won 6 games out of the entire 3 sets. The first set 6-1, second set that was his best, 6-3. Third set 6-2. So he was really disappointed. But for Stan Wawrinka, as we've mentioned, he's won this Grand Slam once before, so maybe he's the better player on clay, and so was able to really take Andy Murray apart. But you know, there's one thing that many of the players have been complaining about in France, and that is the weather. That is cold. It is bitterly cold.
And you can in May.
Yeah, you can see the players, especially the women. You know how they usually dress when they come out to play tennis. But these days they all have to wear leggings, and also some of them are even wearing jackets, sports jackets to play the game. It looks ridiculous to see players dressed like that, but because of the cold, they just have to. And they are also complaining that the ball, Rafael Nadal had complained about the ball, and even Dan Evans said, look, the ball that you can't even give it to a dog to chew, because they changed the ball manufacturer. So they said it's not really nice. Maybe because of the cold weather, it also has affected the ball. I hope that we will have, you know, a credible tournament. Not that after somebody is beaten, he will say, well, because of the weather and also the ball, that's why it was the way it was.
All right, let's take a look at all the results from the Roland Garros yesterday.
All right, Alexander Zverev was in action, and he was able to beat Denis Novak in straight sets 7-5, 6-2, 6-4 to progress, while Diego Schwartzman defeated Miomir Kekmanovic in straight sets as well, 6-love, 6-1, 6-3. Elsewhere, we had Bernard Pye, home favourites, beating Song Koyon in straight sets 7-5, 6-4, 6-4 to progress, while Jordan Thompson was beaten by Radu Abbott 6-2, 6-4, 6-1. These are some of the results from the men's singles.
To the women's singles now. Venus Williams, she's out of the French Open. She lost that game against Anna Carolina.
Well, she's been struggling for some time now. She's been struggling. She hasn't been the best, you know. She has not been able to bring her A game into the tournament. So this time she's been drawn to play to face any player. She tends to be the underdog, despite the fact that she and her sister once dominated the women's singles. But now that fear factor is no longer there. Except when you are playing Serena, you have to be worried of her, because she also wants to get to win that 24th title, and she wants to beat all her.
And you asked me this question when you were on the other side of the MSC. You were talking about Joanna Konta and Cory Kokogov. I told you that I will go for Cory anytime, any day, because Joanna Konta, she's an inconsistent tennis player, and it happened. And for a teenager to do this, a supposed veteran in straight set, it's
veteran. She's a veteran. She got to the semi-final of the French Open last time out, but Kokogov was just better on the day, and she won comfortably 6-3, 6-3.
All right, those are just some of the selected results. Because of time, we would have taken a similar. Aleb also won, so she progressed to the next stage. Let's quickly go over now to the United States of America and talk about basketball before we come to football, and of course our beats to pay as well. Okay. Miami Heat will be playing in the final for the first time in a long time, but Andre Iguodala, who is playing for Miami Heat right now, will be playing in his sixth NBA finals in his career, and of course he's on course to, if he can help the Heat to do something special. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, we know that they have already qualified for the final. So what kind of final we're expecting from the Heat? Yes, when it was 3-2, we said that anything can happen. It was still advantage Miami Heat. Yes, they win this game that they won now, they'll qualify. Even if they don't win, it's still advantage them, because the Boston Celtics will only force a game 7, and it could go either way. Okay, now we know that it was 4-2 and they are in the finals. What are we expecting?
Well, it's going to be an emotional final for somebody like King James, LeBron James, because he won 2 titles with Miami Heat. The first 2 titles of his career, won with them. He got to 2 finals, but they were beaten by the Golden State Warriors, and then he left them, went to Cleveland. He was at Cleveland before he joined Miami Heat. They were not happy at Cleveland. They even rioted that he left them, but he came back and helped them to win the title. Then again got to the final and met the same Golden State Warriors, and they were beaten. They were just blown out. The last time they met Golden State Warriors in the final, it was 4-0. And after that, LeBron James left and he came to LA Lakers. The first season it wasn't that good. They didn't even make the playoffs, but yesterday they were able this season they have made the playoff, and so we expect that he's going to do his best to win the title for them. There has always been this comparison. People usually do it. I don't really get it, but this who is the greatest of all time. Now people who are watching basketball right now feel that they've not seen a player that is better than LeBron James. But if you watch basketball during the time that the Mamba was playing, you will say that Kobe Bryant was the greatest. And if you watch during the era of Michael Jordan, you will want to say Michael Jordan is the greatest. Hakeem Olajuwon has come out to say, look, I don't understand why people are even saying this, why they are even bringing this comparison that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. And when you look at the quality of the players who were in the era of Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon himself has a shout of being the greatest basketballer of all time. But because he was in the era of Michael Jordan, he only won 2 NBA titles. Charles Barkley never won an NBA title, basically because he played in the era of Michael Jordan, who dominated. Michael Jordan has 6 NBA titles. So LeBron James has 3. If he wins this one, it will be 4. He's already passed Jordan in the statistic of goal scorers, the number of goals that they've scored in the NBA, number of points that he has in the NBA. So if he wins a 4th title, and it's remarkable because this is the 3rd team that is leading to the NBA finals. Michael Jordan only played with the Chicago Bulls. Many of these other great players, they only stuck with one team and then won many of the titles that they have. There are some who have gone from one team to another, and they've also done great stuff. But for LeBron James, this is the 3rd team. He won it with Cleveland Cavaliers, won it with Miami Heat. Now he's with the LA Lakers. If he wins it, then you've got to also say this guy is really, really good. But for Miami Heat, yesterday they had to dig deep, and they won 125 points to 113 for the Celtics. So Wednesday we'll have game 1, and it's going to be really interesting. Both sides have got some great players, and there's Nigerian interest still in this. Bam Adebayo plays for Miami Heat. He was their top performer yesterday, got 32 points, 14 rebounds and 5 assists. But in the LA Lakers game, we know LeBron James, he dropped 38 points, and I think had 16 rebounds and 10 assists, triple-double again for King James. So when he's in that kind of mood, there is very little other teams could do to stop him. So LA Lakers, of course, are the favorites going into this match, because Miami Heat weren't even the top team in the Eastern Conference. It was the Milwaukee Bucks, but they've since long gone. So you expect that, well, it will be Miami Heat, it will be LA Lakers that people will expect will go on to win it. But best of 7, anything can happen. But my money will be on LA Lakers to go on to win this.
So there you have it. It will be the NBA Finals between the Lakers and as well the Miami Heat. The best, which are the team are the best when they take to the pitch to court rather to play against themselves. My money will definitely be on the Lakers, like Ibrahim have said, to win, and it will be a joyous thing. Can't remember the last time the Lakers won the NBA. Okay, from this basketball now we'll go to our sponsor segment where we'll be talking about football only. BetPay, they are in the building. They are marketing, head of marketing, right?
Regional sales rep.
General sales rep.
Regional
sales rep. Paul Inabulili is in the building. Before we get to you and start the discussion, of course, talk about what happened as far as football is concerned, let's quickly take this message.
If I put this one, I get 500,000. If I put this one, I get 1 million.
Which one way you dey talk to yourself like this?
Never your bet pay. For bet pay, they go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus they wait for you. You fit deposit and withdraw instant 24/7. And many of get package full ground. Go register for bet pay and start to win.
Person fit be agent?
Yes, now if you become agent and then you go to get bonuses. Oh yeah, go www.betpay.ng.
BetPay. You stake, we pay.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us on the show this morning. Before we get into all that went down as far as football is concerned, let's talk to you, Paul. You're here, and BetPay has been doing great stuff on this show, and the fans, we'll get to that particular advert where the fans are seriously interested in. You get to do a lot of things. You take the advert very soon, and you get to win jerseys and all that. Just run us through how you get to stake. I'm not a betting person, so is it staking they call it now? Not for the jersey, but how do you do this? Just let us through the workings of BetPay.
Okay. Good morning, sport-loving fans. My name is Enabulele Paul, and I'm a sales representative of BetPay. BetPay is a registered and a licensed sportbook platform issued by Edo State government. We are trading under the 70%. We are offering both online and sports betting products and services. We hold license in any permittable state for betting, sport betting. What we offer live and pre-match sports and virtual games. We offer virtual football leagues, EPL, La Liga, Champions League and likes. We offer Lucky Ball. We offer Super 6. We offer dog racing and kennel. We have amazing bonuses on all selected matches, both on live and virtual. We have progressive jackpots, and we have amazing cash out. So on BetPay, those that actually stake actually know what it takes to have good odds on games. So we have when you have matches playing, you have like Chelsea against that are Reading. You get the odds for Chelsea, you get the odds for Reading. We have amazing odds for where you can actually stake your money and win big.
Chelsea versus Reading will only happen in the League Cup or in the FA Cup because Reading are not in the Premier League.
I just said for example.
Is there an app for you guys where people could go to Google Play Store or the iOS to download? Or how do you do it? Do they also register an account? I know of another company that you can register, have an account, you can stake from your account. How does this work?
Okay, we have a website. You can visit www.betpay.ng and register. You can own an account there. When you just click on your register account, create an account, then you own a wallet. So you can actually fund that wallet and stake. So when you stake, if you have any winnings, the winning is credited into that wallet. You can further withdraw into your bank account.
All right. We'll talk to you more, but let's really take another message from you people.
It's time to win very big. Feel the excitement at www.betpay.ng, the sports betting company that rewards you whether you win or lose. Stay on top of the action wherever you are. Get the best odds, 150% deposit bonus. Cash out anytime. Accumulate your bonus. You can deposit and withdraw instantly, 247 and much more. Register now at BetPay to start winning. You can also become a BetPay agent and earn fantastic commissions and bonuses. Visit www.betpay.ng. BetPay. You stay, we pay.
Thank you so much for staying with us on the show. Now, Paul, you're talking to us.
Okay, to become a BetPay agent, we are aware that there are so many persons that couldn't get to become agent with other betting complaint based on proximity and the likes. So to become a BetPay agent, BetPay is quite new. So to become a BetPay agent is very easy. You can visit agent.betpay.ng and fill the online form to become an agent.
And take that again. Visit
agent.betpay.ng. That's our agent website where you can actually fill the form online and submit. Then one of our staff will get back to you on it. Or you call 080-3921-8947. You call 080-3921-8947. 8947. To become a BetPay agent, all you need is a shop at a good location where it's profitable to the company and profitable to you, because you cannot open a shop in a place that's not busy. So you need a busy area to open a shop so you can get actually a good turnout from stakers. Another requirement is that you need a good power supply generator. You need a minimum of 3 TVs in a shop. You need a laptop and a desktop. You need a thermal printer. Those are the equipment you need to equip your shop with. So with those equipment, you are good to go. Once you have those equipment, even without having those equipment, you can contact that number I gave out. When you contact that number, we'll come around, we'll inspect your shop. You see that it's actually in a good location, then you are good to go. Get your equipment on. You're ready to start.
Okay, so it is open to anybody that is business minded, serious business minded, and someone you have to have a good shop in a proper location where people can come in and stake. And of course, must I have all these things? You have a printing machine. You mentioned a printing machine, right? A printer.
Yeah, thermal printer.
A thermal printer. You mentioned a desktop computer and a laptop. Then 3 TVs at least. We are just gradually. We are still in the pandemic one way or the other, but gradually things are coming back to normalcy. And this year has been a very, very special year. And it's not everybody that can just hit their hands on the chairs and go buy whether mini TV or a bigger one or medium size in the market and buy 3, then get a desktop as well and a laptop. Can't we reduce the criteria of having these things? Maybe 1 TV or 2, then maybe either a desktop or a laptop. As we progress in the business, we could go ahead and get the other.
Yeah, I understand. It's not cast on stones. If you actually are interested, you have if you are business minded, you're interested, you can contact us. We know how to hit on that. Then I quickly want to talk about some other little things.
Please do.
We have on our commission, we have 32% on match selections. We also have on our sport, we have monthly bonus commission up to 24 to 27%. Then on virtual commissions on football, we have up to 12% on selections in a single ticket. For the racing games and number games, 6% of agents' total sales we give per week as bonuses. So another virtual game commission, we have up to 30% on profit. Agents are free to choose any commission options. Example, sales of 100,000 and winning of 50,000. So the profit will be 70,000 there. Then the agent gets 32% of that profit as bonus. That is outside the commission.
Massive. Yeah.
So it's actually a good business.
Okay, let's go for another quick break. We'll be right back.
Them say no time to check time, but this is not time to hammer. You don't try BetPay, them go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus, they wait for you. You fit cash out anytime. You fit deposit and withdraw instant 24/7. And many Ogmo get things full grand though. Yourself fit become BetPay agent and you go they get Ogmo get bonuses. Oh yeah, sharp go www.betpay.ng. BetPay, you stake, we pay.
All right, thank you so much for sticking around with us on the show this morning. Okay, quickly, let's take a look at the results. We get to analyze properly later when we come in the evening. All that went down in this weekend of fast football. But let's start from the EPL. What happened down to the Spanish La Liga, to the Italian Serie A, to the German Bundesliga, and of course, the French league.
All right, it started on Saturday with Manchester United traveling down to the Amex Stadium and they defeated Brighton and Hove Albion at home 3-2. Crystal Palace at home were beaten by Everton 2-1, while West Bromwich Albion and Chelsea played out a 3-3 draw. Then Southampton defeated Burnley 1-0 at Turf Moor. Then on Sunday, Sheffield United were beaten at home 1-0 by Leeds United. Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United settled for a 1-1 draw, while Manchester City were thrashed 5-2 by visiting Leicester City, and West Ham United also beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 4-0. Later tonight we'll have Fulham playing host to Aston Villa, while Liverpool will entertain Arsenal. Okay, down to the Spanish La Liga Santander, started on Saturday as well, where Deportivo Alaves and Getafe played at a goalless draw. Valencia and SD USK also played at a 1-1 draw. Then Elche were beaten at home by visiting Real Sociedad 3-0, and Real Madrid also won 3-2 against Real Betis. Then on Sunday, Osasuna were beaten at home by visiting Levante 3-1. Eibar lost 2-1 to Athletic Bilbao. Atletico Madrid spanked Granada 6-1, with Luis Suarez scoring a brace in that game, while Sevilla beat Cadiz 3-1 away from home. Elsewhere, Real Valladolid 1, Celta Vigo 1, Barcelona 4, Villarreal 0. Then that takes us to the German Bundesliga, which kicked off on Friday with Hertha Berlin beaten at home by visiting Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1. Then on Saturday, Arminia Bielefeld defeated FC Cologne 1-0. Augsburg were 2-0 winners over Borussia Dortmund. Bayern Leverkusen played a 1-0 draw with RB Leipzig, and Borussia Mönchengladbach also drew 1-1 with Union Berlin. Mainz 05 at home were beaten by Stuttgart 4-1, and Schalke 04 lost 3-1 to Werder Bremen. On Sunday, Hoffenheim spanked Bayern Munich 4-1. Freiburg drew 1-1 with Wolfsburg. Okay, that is what we got from the German Bundesliga. Now to the Italian Serie A, which started on Saturday. Torino lost 4-2 to Atalanta. Cagliari were beaten 2-0 by visiting Lazio. Sampdoria at home lost 3-2 to Benevento, while Inter defeated Fiorentina 4-3. Then on Sunday, Spezia lost 4-1 to Sassuolo. Hellas Verona enjoyed a 1-0 win over Udinese, and Crotone at home were beaten by AC Milan 2-0. Elsewhere, Napoli trashed Genoa 6-0, while Roma and Juventus played out a 2-2 draw. Later tonight, Bologna will entertain Parma. Okay, that takes us to the French Ligue 1, which is the last of the top 5 major leagues in Europe. Okay, we're there now. On Friday, it's all started. Lille defeated Nantes 2-0. Then on Saturday, Saint-Etienne lost 3-0 to Rennes, while Marseille and Metz played at a 1-0 draw. On Sunday, Bordeaux drew goalless with Nice. Angers defeated Brest 3-2. Dijon and Montpellier set out for a 2-0 draw, while Monaco enjoyed a 3-2 win over Strasbourg. Elsewhere, Nice played a 1-0 draw with Lens. Lorient and Lyon drew 1-1, while PSG defeated Reims 2-0.
All right, there you have it, the results from the 5 major leagues we cover on the show, and of course that went down over the weekend. We'll take another message from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The 2020-2021 Premier League is here. It's time to win big. And the best way is, of course, getting yourself a jersey so that you can identify yourself with your favorite team. We at www.betspay.ng want to give our punters the opportunity to win a football jersey of their choice. 10 replica jerseys to be worn each week for the next 4 weeks. To participate and win, visit www.betspay.ng to register. Place a bet of 200 naira. The more bets you place, the more entries you get into the draw. 10 winners would be chosen at random in a draw every Monday. All winners will be contacted. Follow us on our social media pages with your username and ticket number to qualify for the draw. On Instagram, find us at BetPayNG. On Facebook, find us at www.facebook.com/BetPayNG.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us on the show this morning. Of course, that other winner, I wish we have enough time to really ice the football stories, but trust me, we'll be back in the evening and we'll be talking about this. Okay, let's quickly take 1 or 2, 3 messages before we wrap things up this morning.
This one says, well done, man of sports. I told you that Chelsea's problem is standing for. If you watch the second half of their match on Saturday, you will agree with me. When Kante returned to that position, you can see the difference, even with the 3 at the back. Ike from Uselu. And this one says, on the contrary, Berlusconi Adesanya was just too good for the Brazilian to keep up with the Saints. And Dear sportives, politics should be removed from coronavirus. How come see, this one says it is my abundantly, sorry, I didn't get that. That gunshot did not hit the target but made its shooter to be charged should not be a surprise to see anybody, and we should not also look at the scenario as an occurrence that will be totally swept under the carpet, as it will be in our climb, knowing fully well that this matter could certainly incomplete message.
Okay, thank you so much. This is where we have to draw the curtains on the show this morning, but before we go, let's take the final whistle.
I had to realign myself with who I really want to become, and I showed that tonight. Being in that moment and embracing it and taking over as we win the conference finals is a great thing for me. Miami Heat center forward Bam Adebayo speaking after helping his side to reach the NBA finals. And that's the final whistle on the show this morning.
And once you hear that, obviously it's time for us to leave the studio. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We'll be back by 4 p.m. for our Balls of Fire football only show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful day ahead, and bye-bye.